that are online, I say, we say from Triumph, Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Ugh, Mother's Day. I keep saying that because it means it's hit me differently. Hit me differently. Um, but we're gonna move forward. Amen. A mother's love. A mother's love. A mother's love. Key text. John 19:25 through 27. But standing by the cross of Jesus were his mother. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to his mother, Woman, behold your son. Then he said to the disciple, Behold your mother. Listen, listen. Today I got to talk about the real MVPs. The real MVPs. The mothers all over. Ain't no love like a mother's love. It's that kind of love that don't quit. It don't back down. It don't take a break. A mother's love. What? When a mother has love for their children, that's an unshakable, unbreakable bond. I've seen that. I've seen that in the last, what was it? 16? 2016. I saw that. I've never seen that before in my life. I mean, I've been around mothers, but this type of what I saw since 16, it blew my mind. Here's a mother that's doing the best she can for what she has. And what it is that she showed me what a mother can do, the power of a mother raising boys. Granted, father, mother is there, right? But the power this mother had for her boys, I'm telling you, it took me like, wow. I had to acknowledge that because I've never seen that before. And here I am seeing the boys like today, grown, respectable young men. They have a foundation, I believe, that they don't even realize they have it yet. Because the moms are still there. Moms is like a, she's like a, see, what do they call them? No, they ain't even mama's boys. They not mama's boys, but then at the same time, they're mama's boys. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They need something. They call mama. Yup. And she comes through. She comes through. So you can call it that, but I really think they really appreciate what she does. I ain't never seen a mother transform into something that she wasn't prior to me knowing this mother. Early in the morning, taking the kids to school. Now, the kids got a school bus, right? School bus. No. She want to make sure them kids get to school. She would get up and drive them to school before she goes to work. Now, the kids, once they started school, high school, they was playing sports. Well, they had practice, right? Get out later. She would go and get them. They would have late practices. They would have early morning practices. They would just practice all week. They had their games. She was there. You know what I'm saying? And when I played sports, that's something that I cherished. I wanted that, but because I had a mother that always worked, she was old school. She wanted to make sure we had a roof over our head, clothes over our back, and something to eat. Now, granted, she did this for her kids and then some. I used to be amazed. She sleepy, tired, and she would just keep going, keep moving, keep moving. A mother's love, it's unconditional. She's the one that holds it down when everybody else taps out. When I say tap out, taps out, you have no more. Mothers keep going. I believe they have that reserve energy that keeps them going. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. I can think back to when Kevin Durant is a professional basketball player, and he won the MVP one year, killed it. He was like killing it. So when he was presented with the MVP award, he turned into the crowd and he looked and he saw his mother. And what he said to his mother, it is a classic. It's a classic. He turned to his mother and said, "You're the real MVP." She cried. She cried. He cried. That's classic. That's a classic thing to pronounce your mother like that. Now, she was a single mother, had two boys. She worked, but she saw potential in this one, Kevin, to the point where she would push him, push him. Now, he played ball just to be playing. She saw potential. She pushed him. She lived, they lived the suburbs of DC, Maryland, and that ain't no picnic down that way. It was survival every day. But she pushed that to the point where she sacrificed, she struggled. She fought when things got ugly, when they didn't have much. She still made a way. She stood in the gap. She kept them focused. She kept them fed. She kept them covered. That's what mothers do. Mothers do that. I love mothers. I love mothers. That's why it's hit me kind of, you know, it's hit me funky today. I can't say Happy Mother's Day no more. I can't say that. That bothers me. It bothers me. I never thought it would. You got to come to the realization that she's not here no more. But every time Mother's Day came around since she left, it hits me funky because it's like, that's my mom's. She was there when nobody else was there. She encouraged me when no one else did. But it's not just a KD story. LeBron James. LeBron, when he was little, him and his moms was just them two. From house to house, from relatives to friends, from apartments to schools. Never had a stable childhood. The only thing that kept LeBron was playing ball. His mother seen it. She allowed him to play. It got to the point where she asked one of his assistant coaches, can he stay with them while she tried to make a way? They didn't have a permanent place to live until he was a junior in high school. All that time. LeBron never complained. He just wanted to be with his mother. But his mother saw the potential. She pushed him. Look where LeBron is now. And you can ask LeBron, or you can see an interview from LeBron. He always showed gratitude for his mother all the time, all the time. She was the only one that stood in the gap for him. Now, we can have mothers. We got mothers from one end of Connecticut to the other. We got them real mothers that would stand up to anybody trying to push up on their kids. We got those mothers that would sit up there and dare you to touch my boys or touch my girls or whatever the case may be. Them mothers, them, them were some bad women. Them women ain't take no junk. I've seen that. And you know what? Mothers have the ultimate respect in all that they have done and all that they are doing now. But you know what? No matter how all that may sound, we glorify mothers. But no matter how deep they love runs, no matter, but there is one mother. There's one mother. There's one mother. Her name was Mary, the mother of Jesus. See, when Jesus was dying, broken, bloody, hanging on that cross, Mary stood. She didn't run. She didn't break. She stood. Now that's a mother's love right there. To see your son dying. And she stood there. She stood there. Now, you all know I be having points. I be having points. I got 4 points today. I'm trying to get through them because I know you guys may have plans with your mothers, or your husbands may have plans for your wives, or whatever the case may be. Just bear with me for a few, amen? Point 1, a mother's love stands in the darkest moments. From John 19:25. Mary stood at the foot of the cross when the heat was on. Now, let's just get real with this for a moment, right? Give me a moment with this. Mary was built differently. She wasn't just around when everything was good. When folks were waving palm branches, remember that? And shouting Hosanna, Mary was around. Nah, Mary was right there when everything got ugly. Blood everywhere. Her son broken, humiliated, hanging on a cross in front of the whole city. And she stood right there. Didn't move, didn't run. She stood. Now, moms, y'all all know something about that type of love. You have to stand and watch your kid go through stuff you couldn't fix. You couldn't fix. You have been in that hospital bed. You may have been to a courthouse. You may have stayed up all night praying, crying, not knowing what to do, but you stood. You still stood. That's what Mary shows us. Even when your heart